Good afternoon, my name is Emily Cortez and I am going to talk about top 10 natural disasters of the last 100 years. This video is about the power of the natural disasters, and to prove it, the video talks about 10 natural disasters of the last 100 years. Number 10. 1992. Hurricane Andrew. It wasn't particularly deadly, but was very expensive for the time. Hurricane Andrew was a Category 4 hurricane that touched down mainly in the Bahamas, Florida, and Louisiana in late August, with over $40 billion worth of damages resulting from this event. Number 9. 2005 Hurricane Katrina Petrino was a huge history internationally, both for its devastation and for the government's handling at the aftermath on August 29, 2005. Katrina was the United States' most expensive hurricane ever, and it left New Orleans struggling to get back on its feet. Number 8. 2008 Sichuan earthquake. A magnitude 8 earthquake in China, May 12, 2008, only to be followed by a series of strong aftershocks. The resulting homelessness and loss of life was shocking, but the financial burden was overwhelming. The Chinese government announced it would be spending over $146.5 billion to rebuild after the costliest disaster in the country's history. Number 7. 2008 Cyclone Nargis on May 2, 2008. Just a few days prior to the devastating earthquake on nearby China, Burma was hit by its worst never natural disaster. Low-lying areas like rice fields offered little protection for residents' damages. Number 6. Japan earthquake and tsunami. Measuring a 9 on the Richter scale, this March 11, 2011 disaster was Japan's strongest earthquake ever, and one of the most powerful to struck anywhere since 1900. Number 5. 1976 Tianjin earthquake. This densely populated Chinese city was shocked in the early morning hours of July 28, 1976, by a huge earthquake followed by a magnitude 7 aftershock just hours later. This was China's second deadliest earthquake after another that occurred in 1556. Number 4. Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. 14 countries were touched by this December 26, 2004. Measuring 9.3 magnitude earthquake, this quake was so strong because the entire planet to vibrate tore people from their families and caused devastation that lasted years. Number 3. 1970 Bola cyclone. This with the deadly cyclone record history and hit East Pakistan on November 12, 1970. However, most people died due to flooding because a violent storm surge that followed entire islands in villages were destroyed, and the government was accused of mishandling the aftermath. Number 2. 2010 Haiti earthquake. The magnitude 7.0 earthquake struck Haiti's most populated area on January 12, 2010. Hundreds of thousands of deaths were caused by the country's poor infrastructure, and despite immense support from across the globe, over 1 million people found themselves homeless in its wake. Number 1. The Yellow River is actually considered the deadliest river in the world, since it is flooded over 1,000 times in the past 2 million. While the death toll told us the 1931 event was tragic, it is being suggested that up to 1/4 and the Chinese population, roughly 51 million people, were affected in some way by this catastrophe. In my opinion, these natural disasters have a strong power. It can be amazing and dangerous. These disasters show us that we can't do anything to stop them. So, after the storm passes, we have people dead, poverty and political problems. That's the reason to take the best option. That is, continue with your life. It's true that nothing's going to be the same, but we have to make an effort. That's all, and thanks for your attention.